Now at 6, the economic discussion that brought the lieutenant governor to northeastern Oklahoma. Plus, a store gets ready to set up shop at a new location in Pittsburgh. And kids at a Carthage elementary school get to show off their business skills.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Movers and shakers gather at NEO A&M College to share some ideas to increase economic drivers in Ottawa County. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Today, Oklahoma Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell spoke with community leaders about ideas to grow job opportunities in the area. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more.
It's like a can-do attitude, like, as we're talking, let's make things happen.
Growth is on the horizon in Ottawa County.
Getting to have those conversations face to face, that's a great opportunity.
The Miami Regional Chamber of Commerce hosted its final luncheon for 2024 with the Lieutenant Governor of Oklahoma, Matt Pinnell, as the featured speaker.
He's keenly aware of the challenges that rural communities face in Oklahoma when it comes to economic development. Things like infrastructure issues and the cost of developing new projects.
The Lieutenant Governor brought his ideas for the future of Ottawa County to NEO A&M College to inspire economic growth in Ottawa County.
Help drive some more business to this area of the state, help create more sales tax revenue as well from a tourism perspective. In 2 years, you have the 100-year birthday of Route 66, and that's going to be a big deal for Miami. It's a big deal for the state of Oklahoma.
The Lieutenant Governor hopes to see more manufacturing and industrial job opportunities in Ottawa County. And he says aerospace engineering will soon bring more job opportunities to the entire state.
Aerospace industry, it's the second largest industry in the state of Oklahoma today. $44 billion economic impact. Over 200,000 of our kids and grandkids inside the state of Oklahoma are employed by aerospace companies. That's the kind of world that we are living in.
Shannon Duhan, president of the Miami Economic Development Service, says they have big plans to benefit economic growth in Miami rolling out very soon.
I think people are going to be happy because over the next few weeks we're going to make some new announcements on some other things that are coming to town.
His goal is to see Ottawa County and its residents thrive economically.
Hopefully at the end of the day, when their time comes to pass things down to their children, that they can leave a little bit more to their children than was left to them.
Reporting in Miami, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
The luncheons are a recurring event by the Miami Regional Chamber of Commerce to come up with new ways to drive growth and progress in Miami. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy now for our first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be a warmer day for us today. Temperatures all week long, they've been kind of up and down. We're going to continue that roller coaster ride as we go through the next couple days. Right now, it's not bad. We're sitting into the mid-40s, 46 Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, we have another strong cold front that is heading toward us, but not till after midnight. So the evening hour is not that bad. If you're out doing a little bit of Christmas shopping, we're sitting mainly into the mid-40s across the region. The winds have been fairly light, but I want to show you what happens after midnight. They switch around out of the north and they get moving. We're going to have northerly winds, 20 to 25 miles per hour. What this is going to do in return is usher in some cooler air. Now with it, we don't have much in the way of clouds, so we have pretty much clear skies. Slow drop through the 40s into the 30s, and then we cool down quite a bit tomorrow. Also rain chances for the holiday. We're going to look at that here in a bit.
See you soon. Some big news for a big nationally known brick and mortar business right here in the 4 states. Today, Big Lots announced a previously planned sale agreement has fallen through. The company does, however, say it continues to work on an alternative sale by early January of 2025. That's next month, of course. In the meantime, the company will begin going out of business sales at all remaining store locations to protect its estate's value. Big Lots has stores in both Joplin and Pittsburgh. Another business in southeast Kansas is going to move in a different direction in the new year. Bath & Body Works has begun work on a new location in Pittsburgh. Work crews on the scene say they're doing a rebuild of the interior of the former Yummy Buffet. Signs announce the location and how future employees can apply. Bath & Body Works in Pittsburgh says it plans to open in early 2025, very soon. Second grade students at Columbian Elementary School in Carthage put their business skills to the test this afternoon. Students created their own stores within their classroom, then opened up for business. First graders then got the chance to walk around each class and buy from each store.
They take away that they can do things. Things are hard and they have to redo and try again, but most of all that they can do what they set their minds to.
Teachers say it's the perfect opportunity to introduce students to the world of economics. A Neosho, Missouri man is soon to be a century old. Homer LeJour is not only being celebrated for his age, but also for the sacrifice he made for our nation. LeJour was surrounded by family, care providers from the VA, and a few local active military members who took time to speak with Homer and share their stories.
Can't say enough about these people I'm in the group with. The Veterans Administration has really been good to me. Yeah. And this group of people, there's 19 of them, and they come to me. Each one of them has got some job to do for me.
We're going to have more on Homer and his historic birthday tonight on KOAM News at 10. Staff at a Justice Center in Joplin prepare for a scheduled power disruption. We're going to tell you what that means for you coming up, but first.
In Coffeyville, the city manager and unions are working together after a letter created confusion about the future of unions in the city. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
The city manager of Coffeyville, Kansas says he will not be presenting a recommendation to city commissioners tonight about the city's relationship with local unions. This comes after a letter sent to city employees received backlash from unions for drawing into question the future of unions in the city. KOAM Samantha Walker has more.
The city manager of Coffeyville says he miscommunicated his plans for unions in a letter sent to city employees. In the letter, the city manager said he would ask the city to reconsider the city's recognition of the Public Employer-Employee Relations Act, also known as PERA. It's a state labor board program that cities or counties choose to be a part of.
There's only 10 cities in Kansas that recognize PERA, but many who still have bargaining units with their employees. And so that was what we were trying to look and see if there's a way that we can do more for our residents quicker, but still take care of employees.
This announcement drew backlash from local unions as union leaders believed it would impact bargaining rights of city employees, including firefighters, police officers, and utility workers. The Coffeyville Firefighters Union says it drew, quote, concerns about the potential long-term effects on job security, employee protections, and community services.
The city manager says he was initially surprised by the reaction to his letter, but he says he now understands how a miscommunication on his part might have created confusion about his intentions.
That letter came from a 30,000-foot view of how a city manager looks at things, and I think down to the individuals, they were reading things in there that did not translate over to their job, their role, and so we turned it off. As soon as there was a major issue, it's like, okay, let's slow down, let's approach this differently, let's have conversation.
The city manager and union leaders say they are now working together and discussing potential plans to move forward. In a statement to KOAM, one Coffeyville union president says, quote, we believe this resolution reflects the value of collaboration and communication in addressing complex issues.
We have great employees at the city, and I was really excited to continue to work with them. I think they see some of those good changes we're proposing, and they want those too.
Reporting in Coffeyville, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
The city manager says he will not present any recommendations regarding the unions at this time as discussions continue. Staff and workers in the Donald E. Clark Justice Center are going to experience a planned power disruption tomorrow morning. That includes the Joplin Police Department. During that time, the public will not have access to the building. Staff are going to be working with contractors to replace the main electrical switchgear, which dates back to 1967. That's when that building was constructed. The disruption will not affect police patrol or fire operations. A woman from southeast Kansas is recovering after a serious crash in Jasper County. The crash occurred around 5:50 p.m. yesterday at West 7th Street and Black Cat Road. Authorities say another person, Brandy Duvall of Joplin, was traveling north when she failed to yield and T-boned a vehicle, causing it to overturn. Duvall was arrested at the scene, transported to the Jasper County Jail. Authorities have charged her with felony DWI causing serious physical injury and failure to yield involving a motor vehicle crash. The driver of the T-boned vehicle, a Baxter Springs woman, was transported to a Joplin hospital suffering serious injuries. A little bit later, a Neosho veteran gets ready to celebrate a birthday 100 years in the making.
Plus, our temperature is cooling down again, and we have rain chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a warmer day for us today as we actually climbed into lower 50s during the afternoon, which was nice to see. However, it's short-lived. We're going to go back the other direction as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Great shot. This is our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Of course, we're looking at downtown Joplin, off toward the northeast, so right through downtown. The wind, it's kind of died down just a bit, but it's going to get cranking once again later on tonight. All right, first off, it's Thursday. Thursday, the new drought tracker updates, and this looks way better than what we had a couple months ago. We were in extreme to exceptional drought. Now most of us are just dry, a little bit of a moderate drought, but as we continue to get rain in here, we're going to be in pretty good shape here in about a month or so. However, look at the cold Arctic air. It's slamming south. It hasn't made it into Kansas City as of yet, but it will over the next several hours. So we're going to kind of hold low to mid 40s. That's where we're at right now, but it's after midnight. That's when our temperatures will take a tumble. 46, southerly winds 5 to 10. Visibility is good. It looks pretty good through the evening hours if you're getting out, doing any Christmas shopping. We slide back through the 40s, but after midnight, we take that tumble all the way down into lower 20s for overnight lows. And the winds, they're out of the southwest right now. They will switch around out of the north. It's going to be pretty breezy. Winds gusting 20, upwards of 25 during the morning hours, and then they slowly calm as we get into the afternoon. But to start your day, it's going to be cold and it's going to be windy. Clear skies, not a whole bunch going on here. We have snow tracking across the Great Lakes, and this is what is causing the cold front out to the west. Another storm system already starting to load, which will affect us as we get into early next week. All right, let me take you through time. Winds switch around out of the north, temperatures go down. Lower 20s to start. By noon, only about freezing. By the afternoon, 36, 37, 38 degrees. So quite a bit colder tomorrow compared to what we saw today. Then we tumble down tomorrow night all the way down to your 20. So a cold start to your Saturday. Wind switch back out of the south on Saturday afternoon. So a little bit better as we get into the lower 40s for highs by the time Saturday rolls around. 24 to start, 31 by noon, high temp right around 37. Then we start to get into the changes. We get into that active stretch of the pattern. I've been talking about this for a couple weeks, waiting for it. We have a weird system, disorganized system. It comes out Monday, which will give us some rain Monday into Tuesday. And then look how the systems, they just barrel in all through next week, continuing into the new year. So let's get a little closer look. So if you are going to be on the roadways, it's going to be wet out there. This is on Monday night into Tuesday. Of course, Tuesday is Christmas Eve. So it's going to be raining. We're going to have periods of showers all the way into Christmas morning. We just don't have any cold air, so we can't get any snow out of this. And we still have systems sticking around as we go right after Christmas. 37 tomorrow, 46 Saturday. Look at the temps next week. We have rain chances each and every day, but temperatures are going to be into the 50s and 60s for highs. So temperature's great, rain not so much. A lot of people are asking about snow. I see a big potential for snow and ice right around New Year's.
So maybe those Christmas sleds will get some work, just not on
right
Christmas
around January
Day.
2nd.
All right. Thanks, Doug. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about today's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone. It's absolutely free of charge. You'll find it in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Sounding good. The students from Southwest City Elementary in McDonald County are embracing the spirit of giving this holiday season. 3rd through 5th graders took to Main Street in Southwest City for some Christmas caroling. Teachers say this might be the only chance for some students to participate in a holiday tradition that connects them with their neighbors and the season's true meaning.
They were great. I mean, they sang great, they sounded great, they behaved well, and they left us little notes telling us how much they enjoyed singing for everybody.
We're going to have a lot more for you on this story tonight on KOAM News at 10. Still ahead, Pitt State women's basketball travels to South Florida for a non-conference game. And a Missouri Southern football player declares for the NFL draft. Brock Baldridge has those stories and more for us coming up next.
Missouri Southern men's basketball is playing in their final home game of this calendar year. The Lions lost their previous matchup to Northeastern State last Tuesday. Tonight, Missouri Southern faces Avila University. Avila has lost 3 of their last 4 games. The Lions aim for their 6th win of the season ahead of their conference play stretch, which begins in January. Things are just getting underway in Joplin. We'll have highlights and post-game from that tonight at 10. Over to women's college hoops, Pitt State has their 9-game winning streak snapped in Fort Lauderdale as the Gorillas fall to Nova Southeastern. 72-63 was the final score in that one. 3 Gorillas scored in double digits, but it wasn't enough. Pitt State will look to bounce back as they face Colorado Mesa tomorrow morning. On Tuesday night, the Oklahoma City Thunder lost to the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA Cup Final. The Thunder have a quick turnaround as the team plans to fly across country for a road contest. Now the Thunder look to make some noise in Orlando tonight. OKC beat the Magic just over a month ago. The team has been on short rest as they begin a 2-game road trip. This game just started moments ago. We'll have highlights from that one tonight at 10. Well, Missouri Southern tight end Deontay Campbell posted on his social media platforms that he intends to declare for the 2025 NFL Draft. Campbell spent 2 seasons with the Lions after transferring over from Highland Community College. During his time with Missouri Southern, he had 63 catches for 876 yards and 10 touchdowns. Big matchup on Thursday Night Football tonight. The Denver Broncos and the LA Chargers look to stay in the playoff picture there in the AFC. The Chargers have lost 3 of the last 4 games. Meanwhile, Denver has won 4 straight. Kickoff for this match begins tonight at 7:15 p.m. on Prime Video. That's it for sports. We're back after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. Amazon faces a major strike in the middle of the holiday shopping season. Plus, a drop in temperature usually means a rise in illnesses, but the two might not be directly related. We'll explain. Those stories, a lot more. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Some big seasonal news coming out of the Missouri Department of Agriculture today. The Show Me State has approved livestock movement permit papers for 9 reindeer. Mr. Claus from the North Pole apparently applied for the permits. The reindeer, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph have been approved for healthy flight. The department has recommended rations of Missouri hay for the reindeer. They recommend milk and cookies for that Mr. Claus who applied for that permit.
It's amazing that he actually has to get a permit.
Of course.
Got to follow the rules.
Probably regulated by the FAA.
Probably.
Specifically in Missouri.
Yeah.
The weather.
All right, so cooling down, only 37 tomorrow, but 50s return. Tons of rain chances next week.
See you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.